Yeah, and one thing I found that I've been trying to eat a lot of different foods that I never used to eat before.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we always talk about acquired taste, but how do you acquire that taste, right? You have to try the
Yeah, that's
food,
right.
right? If you
Yeah.
don't like it, try it again. If you don't like it, try it
True,
again.
true, true.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we just have to keep trying. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, yeah. And if you don't like it the first time or the second time,
Mm,
don't quit. There are
mm,
many things that I tried the
mm,
first time, second time,
mm,
and the third time. The fourth time, actually,
mm,
naturally, I liked it. I started
mm.
liking it.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
and also as a doctor, so primary our focus, of course, is how the food is going to really be the medicine for our body.
Mm, mm,
That's what I focus on. I always tell my
mm,
wife
mm,
that, okay, we need to find if we have the key element that the body needs first.
mm,
Of course, we're going to have to make food delicious part of it,
mm,
but it's
mm.
secondary
That's like, yeah.
because
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's the way we don't. Of course, some people may differ. I eat to live. I don't
Yes, you
live
don't
to
live to
eat.
eat.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true. That's very true. That's very
That's
true.
very, very
Yeah.
important. But now, just going back to hypertension, yeah, if there's someone who just been diagnosed with hypertension, he has not started medication, and what are the three things that you advise them to, if they can, to quit immediately? Three things, or what are three things they can start doing to to maybe within a year or even 6 months, be like you, how you manage to just conquer this, just so simply with the lifestyle change.
Okay, so we know that hypertension has a lot to do with sodium
Right.
intake, so which is salt. So actually, I don't know if people realize that probably 70% of the sodium that we actually consume comes from eating food that's been prepared outside of the home. So the biggest thing that you can do is try by all means to stop eating outside of your home,
True.
cook your own food, and then add, add salt
If you
as
have
you're
to.
cooking if you
Mhm.
have to, yeah, add to taste. So the salt that you are adding, if you have excluded the salt that's from outside, it's probably not going to be that much salt, right? So that's one thing they can do. And then you can still further reduce your salt by, using spices and herbs to flavor, to give the food more flavor without
Mm, mm.
using the salt as well. And then, of course, avoiding fatty food. So just your trans saturated fats and your saturated fats. So this will be things like ultra processed foods, anything basically that comes in a bag that you can't make at home.
And you have the names that I cannot read.
Yeah, yeah. If you can't make that home, if you can't make that at home without a lot of difficulty, then
Yeah.
you don't want to put chips and things like that. So try to stick to your natural foods. Yeah, and then as well your sugar sweetened beverages and your processed
Yeah.
grains, so like your cakes and all those kinds of sweets. You really want to stop eating those. And things you should be eating is a healthy portion of fruit and vegetables. So I
Yeah.
often find that people are eating vegetables, but not nearly enough, right? So you see
Yeah.
that maybe
Yeah.
somebody has two florets of broccoli and then that's
Yeah.
their vegetable. So
Yeah.
you actually need to be eating vegetables. You need to eat like three to
About
five,
five
yeah,
servings of your
per day.
vegetables.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
actually quite a lot. Yeah. So fruits and vegetables, they have actually minerals that help to
Yeah.
to 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 decrease
Yeah,
blood
a lot of
pressure.
antioxidant phytochemicals
Yes.
that are very
Yes.
true. Yeah, that's very true. So salt is very important, like you
Mm,
mentioned, and also something that I learned recently. Of course, the salt, the sodium chloride
mm,
that we use,
mm,
the which is there is actually an option now that is
mm,
available. We
mm,
can actually the potassium chloride,
mm, mm.
which avoid the whole idea of sodium become
Yeah, the sodium.
an issue. Of
Mm.
course, again, if one were him to change that, you have to make sure their kidneys are working better.
Yes, because
Otherwise, your kidney
instead of sodium, now you have potassium.
the
So
potassium that can
yeah, it
affect
can be a bit, yeah.
your kidneys as well. But also other thing that like you mentioned, the simple recommendation, the
Mm,
amazement is if people can follow what we just mentioned, it won't be only just hypertension.
mm,
They will start sleeping better.
mm,
The other problem that they didn't even think they had, we start actually resolving,
mm,
and that's why lifestyle medicine you cannot package it. It's not like a pill that you can take. It does not only just work on one side.
It targets so many.
It's just a holistic approach, and that's the beauty of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As you're saying, so you might think that you're making lifestyle changes to treat your hypertension, but if you're pre-diabetic, that could fall away. It reduces your risk of cancer. So many chronic conditions. By making the same lifestyle change, it impacts so many conditions. So it's almost like one pill for so many different diseases.
Definitely. Yeah.